All right. Next movie on our list. Tommy Wiseau's The Room.
Oh, hi, Alex.
Did you guys notice Kadish's shirt?
What is it? Oh, it's the Christmas Tommy Wiseau. What does it say?
Oh, hi, Santa.
It says, "Oh, hi, Santa."
Oh, hi, Santa. Fuck this movie.
We need to get Tom a shirt. Tom needs a shirt.
I'll
You
get
don't
you a
have
shirt.
any, do you?
Which one would you
You
like?
guys have never even suggested offering me any compensation
just
for the
did.
work that I do.
Well,
for,
you
for
are an
this show.
amazing person.
For the work that I do. For this
You
show.
do. We'll get you a shirt. Which one do you
I
want?
brought over wine.
Text me.
You
Free
brought
alcohol.
that wine for yourself.
Yeah, the only reason Tom's not drinking is because he has to work after
That's
the
true.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We
Anyway,
have fun.
The Room. Jude, take it away.
2003, The Room, rated R with a runtime of 1 hour 39 minutes. This had a budget of $6 million.
What the fuck?
How? What?
I almost cussed you out.
What do you think this brought into the box?
I'm going to throw Peekaboo out the window. This is bullshit.
We're going to talk about why it costs so much.
This is bullshit.
Oh my
That's-
God.
It cannot cost that much.
It
It
cannot.
cannot.
You're killing me.
I hate this movie with a burning passion. Oh God, 6 million?
Was it a theatrical release?
Sort of.
Sort of, yeah.
I don't know.
There's a funny story behind
So
that.
can we say there was a box office?
$25,000. I don't fucking know.
Tom?
I don't know. What was popcorn sales? Because that's probably fuck. $50.
$4.9 million.
It's impressive.
Eventually.
Eventually. What does
Eventually.
eventually mean?
Kadish?
Do you want to fill us in on why it made that much money?
Well, I mean, like it became like a cult hit,
Ugh.
but it was funny because so Tommy Wiseau pumped in a lot of money in the marketing of this movie. And, he kept the movie in the theaters in one theater for like 2 weeks. He paid to have it in there, even though nobody came to see it, in order to have it qualify for an Oscar contention or Oscar nomination. Because you have to have like a 2 week theatrical run in order to be like eligible for Oscars. And so like he paid to have it in there. And on the last day before like it was set to like leave the theater, these two guys came in and saw this movie. And they were like, "This is the most brilliant movie we've ever seen in our lives." And it was guys I think who worked at Cartoon Central, Adult Swim, and they kind of like told all their friends about it and created this like movement where it became a big midnight movie. And since then, Tommy Wiseau has taken it on tour across the country and around the world.
That's how I saw it.
For
it was on Adult
for-
Swim.
yeah.
Yeah, that's how I saw it.
Well, Adult Swim for like a couple of years would play it on every April Fool's Day.
Mm-hmm.
And then like but the midnight showings is the thing that really kind of like made the budget back and the merchandise sales from it. In fact, if you follow Tommy Wiseau on Twitter, he's still pimping the t-shirts and stuff to this day. So but this movie did what it was supposed to do. It made Tommy Wiseau a star.
And you lived in LA when this
star.
was being marketed. And didn't you used to like drive down the street and see the billboard for it?
Yeah, there was a billboard for this movie it was Tommy Wiseau's face with like the half closed eye, and it was on Highland Avenue, and I used to drive up and down that road all the time, just like going around town, and I'd see this billboard, and I thought it was like a one man play, because like that's what it looked like, but he had that billboard for 4 years after the movie came out, and that was like the only real advertising he did for it. But like everyone who lived in Hollywood was exposed to that, and they were like, "I wonder what that room is thing." And eventually, it became like a cult hit and stuff like that. But it was kind of funny, like learning the story behind this, because I don't know if you guys know this, but Greg Sestero, who plays Mark in this movie, he wrote a book detailing the making of this film called The Disaster Artist that was eventually adapted into a movie by James Franco. But that's an excellent book. Like if you're just a fan of like filmmaking and knowing how movies get made and stuff like that.
Plus, it's hilarious.
Yeah. Read that book, watch the movie that is based on the book. It's really fascinating. It brings like a whole new level of appreciation for this movie in particular.
You guys ready for the synopsis?
Yeah, take it away, Jude.
All right. Johnny and Lisa are the perfect couple with the perfect life. Until Lisa gets possessed by an evil spirit that starts tearing Johnny apart. They need an exorcism quick, so Johnny's best friend Mark offers to slip her some power of Christ to compel her, but Pazuzu is too strong, and not even gentle lovemaking on top of rose petals can set her free. The Babadook forces Lisa to cheat on Johnny, fake a pregnancy, and call her poor cancer-riddled mother a controlling bitch. We just want to help you, Lisa. When Johnny realizes there is no Lisa, only Zool, Johnny, realizing he's no John Constantine, does the only thing he can to fight for the woman he loves. throws his TV out the window, rubs her dress on his dick, and shoots himself in the head. Discuss.
I hate everything that this movie represents.
This movie sucks so bad.
I hate everything. Not only does it suck, I despise what it does to people like Kadish.
He's into it.
Because he's into it. Nobody
Like
actually likes this movie. This movie is horrible in every respect, and people only like it ironically.
I just remembered your text from last night that had me rolling.
Oh, yeah. So this bitch, Lisa, at the end of the movie when she's wearing that black cocktail dress and she's at the fucking stupid birthday party or whatever, and she's got her hair all teased up and she's got the bangs. I took a picture of her and a picture of the dude from Princess Bride, you know, the pit of despair, that guy. And I'm like, I knew this bitch from somewhere.
You think you're old? Look at her now.
I'm like, that is the same person. I don't even know how to say what I feel.
You're so frustrated.
I feel you, bro.
I despise that people like this movie so much.
No one likes it.
Nobody actually likes it.
Everyone wants to be clever. That's the problem. I want to be clever. But,
I like the room. Dude, so this movie is available on YouTube. I made the mistake of scrolling down a little bit to the comment section.
Yeah.
Every fucking comment is the same. Every comment is, this movie is an unrealized masterpiece. Like, fuck you, dude.
You want to meet those assholes?
Hey,
they'll have scarves on.
this movie and Morbius, okay?
Yeah. Well,
I just can't. Like, no, you don't like this movie.
But we could dissect every single scene in this movie and find something so hilarious about it.
it's okay. Yes. Because it's so bad.
Yeah.
It is hilarious.
It moves
now,
the benchmark of so bad it's good.
It's not so bad it's
No,
good. It's
no.
so bad it's hilarious.
no, because if you watch this shit by yourself alone, you will kill yourself because it sucks. If you watch it in a group, like any really bad movie is good in a group,
Right.
Because you can mock it the entire time.
Right.
The point is, this is a serious film.
It's so earnest.
This is not intended to be a joke in any way.
Yeah.
In any way.
And that's what makes it a joke.
No, it's not a goddamn joke.
It's not a joke, though.
That's
It's
some
just
hipster bullshit. Shut up. This movie sucks.
There's 3 obnoxious, pointless sex scenes within the first 30 minutes
Lisa's
of this movie.
boobs are the best thing in this whole freaking movie.
They're not that great, though.
That's what I mean.
So, like,
Her mediocre boobs are the best part of this movie.
like,
Look at them.
I'm watching this movie and I'm like, I'm pretty sure Tommy Wiseau just wanted an excuse to make softcore porn. That's the only reason I can think.
No, he was making serious about the movie.
No, that's bullshit. Like
we have human sex.
there's only
now.
there's only one reason why you have this many sex scenes and this little amount of story. It's because you just wanted to make porn, dude. Just be honest with yourself. Like it's just a dumb bad
For
movie.
$6 million, I could have a lot more sex.
So 10% of this movie is sex scenes.
Yeah.
It's
Sounds right.
It's like compared to like the total amount of runtime for the film, the amount of time spent showing lovemaking is literally 10% of the movie.
I fast forward. I
27% is roses.
After the first sex scene, which I think takes place in the first 6 minutes of the movie,
Less than.
after that point, I just hit the skip button because I'm not.
And like Tommy Wiseau doesn't know where the vagina is.
Oh no, he was having sex
It's a
with her belly
fact.
button.
I'm
Like
gonna
his ass cheeks were like in her midriff area,
Uh-huh.
and he was just like thrusting, and I'm like, what
his
are you doing?
weird hairless body.
And there's this thing where he was insistent that he show his ass in this movie because that's what was going to sell the film.
God damn it. I hate everything
And
about this.
it was funny because like in the first sex scene with Lisa, you know, the actress. So originally there was a different actress cast. And in fact, most of the actors in this movie were the understudies for the actual actors that were cast that eventually left the film.
Yeah.
And so Lisa was like the second, or the actress who played Lisa was like the second actress to like fill the role. And when she was doing,
It bothers me that you care so much.
well, when she was doing the sex scene, she had a little bit of acne on her back. And so like why Tommy was like very critical about it because he's like, we need makeup on this. It looks ugly. And so like and it was an open set. Like Tommy Wiseau didn't know about like closing the set when you're naked and stuff like that. And so like the actress was very uncomfortable during the sex scene. And Tommy Wiseau decided later on that he's like, you know what? I want to do another sex scene. And she's just like, no. And so like they had so much footage from the first sex scene that they didn't use that they just reused it for the second sex scene with Lisa. And it's kind of funny because like if you watch the love scenes between Lisa and Tommy Wiseau or like anyone,
he doesn't know how to have sex.
Well, it's not just that he doesn't know how to have sex, but it's that he has this idea.
He doesn't know how to have human sex.
He has this idea of what like a romantic sex scene is supposed to look like, and it's like we got to have candles. We got to have like a waterfall feature. We have to we have to have like you know, stuff hanging from like the bed frame.
Linen. We need more white linen.
It's like something from like a 1990s like Skinamax movie where he's like, this is what is romantic.
Like
those red candles look witchy.
The waterfall thing, like the set that the room is in. There's no water anywhere near that, but for some reason the camera goes behind a waterfall, and it's just absurd. That's the only This the only reason people like this movie is because of it. It's so absurdly bad. There's nothing redeeming about it, so we have to mock it.
Why are you trying to yuck my yum?
And then when we mock it, and then it gains popularity because everybody's just having a good laugh. And I almost feel bad for Tommy Wiseau because. Like he's just a running joke.
Well, we're laughing at him.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why this movie works on the so good it's bad or so bad it's good level. And that is because it is so genuine. Like this was Tommy Wiseau's genuine attempt to make like a serious like character piece about like betrayal and love and like all this stuff. And it just fails on every level.
Every level.
He is an alien.
He's not. Yeah, he's not a real person.
He's not.
And it's funny
He's
because
not.
when you watch this movie, because Tommy Wiseau would always like flub up his lines and stuff like that, everything had to be like
he wrote the
ADR'd.
damn thing.
Yeah. But everything had to be re-recorded in post-production in order to like make it
Shit, what's the word?
Yeah, I don't know.
Illegible?
to make it being able to be understood.
Audible?
Yeah, audible. So and the thing is that the sync is just a little bit off. So like everyone's mouth doesn't quite match with what they're saying.
Yeah.
But I love you.
Yeah. And you know, you guys asked like, how did this movie cost so much money? And you know, because Tommy Wiseau was not an experienced director or producer, but he wanted to like come off as like a big shot. Like he did things like instead of renting the equipment, he bought the equipment outright. He bought like this like initial director's package from the equipment rental place, and it came with like two 35mm film cameras and 2 HD cameras. And Tommy Wiseau didn't know the difference between the two, and he's like, "We're going to shoot both." And so he built a special rig to put like the 35mm camera and the HD camera side by side. And so this movie was actually shot on 2 different formats. They ended up using the 35mm format, but like they could have saved so much money if they'd just like gone with one or the other. And he also spent a lot of money building sets that he didn't need to. So like they had an alleyway and a rooftop that they could have shot on, but he had them build, you know, sets for those things within the studio because like it was like a more like Hollywood type thing to just shoot on a set. And he actually had like his own personal bathroom built on the set that no one else was allowed to use when he was like.
It just had like a shower curtain across it.
Yeah. I'm so disappointed
Because he's not a human, and the way he excretes his whatever.
Georgia.
Yeah, like no, thank you.
I don't know what the reviewer was. I don't know if it was I don't know, some YouTube reviewer said that.
We should look up a proper review from the year it came out.
This Tommy Wiseau is an alien who is trying to emulate what he thinks humans act like.
Yes.
And that's the only explanation for how bad this dialogue is. Like the people that they're having conversations amongst each other, like it makes no sense. And then this creepy, like,
oh, hi, Alex.
Like this creepy 16-year-old kid, like they're having a pillow fight or whatever. And the kid just
to watch you guys.
jumps in.
And the actor who plays Denny is the oldest member of the cast.
Oh my God.
Other than like the mother.
That's so creepy.
What did you just say?
and then like later on, he comes up and he sees Lisa and he's like, "Hi, you look so hot. Can I kiss you?" And she's like, "Oh, you brat."
I don't get it either.
I don't get it.
What about the drug dealer?
Chris
Oh,
R.
Chris R.
He showed up one time. And
What was the point? There's no point in that happening.
Well, you know what was funny is so like originally they shot that scene with Chris R and Denny.
Stop explaining it like it makes sense, man.
No, they shot it on the alleyway set where they were throwing the football later on.
Yeah.
They threw the football a lot in this movie. Which
Yeah.
set are you talking about?
And Tommy wanted to reshoot it, and so like they decided to put it up on like the rooftop for whatever reason. And so you guys know Mike, the Me Underwears guy, the guy who like makes out in Tommy's apartment with his girlfriend.
How could I forget?
So the actor who played that part, like he broke his arm, and he was wearing a cast for some of the later scenes that they shot. And so Tommy Wiseau didn't notice it when they were shooting it, and so like one of the crew members pointed out, it's like, hey, you know, Mike's wearing a cast. Do we have an explanation for that? And Tommy's like, oh no. And so like they went back and reshot the scene of him falling down and hurting himself in the alleyway. That was the purpose of that scene. But then Tommy Wiseau decided to cut out the scenes with him wearing his cast.
So he just falls for no reason.
He kept in that scene where he like hurts himself. And you know, this is just like emblematic of like Tommy Wiseau's like inability to actually like make real decisions. Like for instance, if you
grasp humanity.
well, 90% of this movie has nothing to do with the actual plot of the film. Like if you go
What
from
is the plot of the film?
It's betrayal, man.
yeah, well, like if you go from about 10 minutes in when we see like the affair with Mark to the party at the end of the movie,
Where
you
she
could cut out-
forcibly raped that guy?
you could cut out everything in between there and like still get the gist of the movie. If
Oh
you
my
wanted
God.
to.
Lisa's switch from just being moderately unhappy with this guy to being fucking evil
Yeah.
is on a dime.
She goes like full evil in
Yeah.
this, and which
And then she's like, and if Mark doesn't give me what I want, I'll just find someone else who will.
yeah,
Like, I thought you loved him.
it's so bonk. Ugh, this movie's so bad.
I mean, the funniest thing about this, so originally Tommy Wiseau wrote the script for this movie to be a play. And when he couldn't get it made as a play, he turned it into a novel. And when he couldn't get it published as a novel, he turned it into a screenplay. And there was originally going to be a subplot in the movie where it was revealed that Johnny was a vampire because Tommy Wiseau loved vampires. But when he couldn't figure out how to do the special effects for vampires, he cut it out.
What? Fake teeth?
No, he wanted them to fly around San Francisco in his car. He
What
wanted
the
his
hell
car
did you
to
just
fly
say to me?
around as a vampire.
Dude, the
God
guys from
damn
What We
it.
Do in the Shadows need to remake this and just add a new character. Tommy Wiseau could be the new freaking What We Do in the Shadows character.
I mean, Tommy Wiseau is basically a vampire.
basically a vampire.
Like, he has like weird skin and like creepy eyes. I mean, just you put some
And
fangs
he's
on him.
unusually fit.
Well,
You see how freaking muscular
Yeah.
he is in
No,
this movie?
that's just heroin, bro.
you know, another reason why this movie
That's like
costs so
saying Iggy
much.
Pop is fit. No, that's not what that is.
Another reason why this movie costs so much is because whenever Tommy Wiseau had to like act, he would flub his
Can we
quote,
act?
quote unquote.
Can we act?
quote unquote act. He would flub his lines so much that you know, like a single line of dialogue would literally take 8 hours for them to like get like a usable take from. And in fact, he went through like 3 different cinematographers. So like the first 2 cinematographers he fired because like they would argue with him and like he didn't like them. And then they finally found a cinematographer who didn't give a shit. He was like, I know I'm working on a piece of crap. As long as the check clears, I'm good. And that's the guy who ended up shooting the rest of this movie.
Well, isn't like a big part of the disaster artist is like they couldn't believe their checks kept cashing.
Yeah.
They just kept making this movie and they just kept getting paid. And Tommy Wiseau was just like an unlimited amount of money.
This movie had a crew of 400 people.
What?
400 people made
What's
this
a
movie.
normal amount of people on a crew? Just
For a small-time movie?
For perspective.
I mean, like,
Blair Witch Project. How many people were on that crew?
there were like 5 people on
That
that
seems
crew.
like enough.
I mean, typically on
To
a,
make this
on,
movie.
on a low budget feature, like you'd have like a crew of between like 35 and 50 people probably.
Okay.
But this one, it shot for like a really long period of time. I think it was like 40 days, and employed 400 people and had like sound stages and like.
And then didn't he also have somebody doing like a documentary about
Yeah,
it
yeah,
while
he
they were
had a
filming
behind-
it so that he could spy on what people were saying
Well,
about
it
him?
wasn't necessarily that he could spy. Like he genuinely wanted like a behind the scenes making of it, but it just so happened that the guy captured everything that everyone was saying about him, which was like he's incompetent and all this stuff. You can actually find it on YouTube.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't. I don't even want to.
Alex, are you going to be very disappointed when we have Tommy Wiseau on the show for an interview?
I don't. What? No.
He won't talk to
I'm
us.
gonna be like, dude, I don't even know what I would say to somebody like that.
I'd be afraid to talk to him.
Oh, hi, Tommy.
Oh, hi, Tom.
I feel like he might bite me.
Do you think he's in on the joke?
He doesn't get it.
He is now.
No, he's not.
Well, he's come out and said like, "Oh, I made intentional comedy because people like it."
Fuck off. No, you made
Yeah.
a bad movie, dude. And it just
Damn.
happened to catch the right
Look
humor.
at him. He's a monster.
Oh, hi, dog.
Like honestly, if he's
You're my
not,
favorite character.
if he's not a vampire, I don't know what he is.
It's just
He's an alien. He's not real. He's a time traveler. He's something. He's not from our world.
Yes, this is. I agree with you.
I also liked the character who plays Peter, which is one of the friends who's like a psychiatrist in the movie. He
He knows so much about this goddamn movie.
well, I read the book, the Disaster Artist. But
I read the book too, but I don't know that much.
the guy who played Peter, the guy with the glasses. So like he had another acting gig that was scheduled to.
Why did you read the book?
to start? It's a good book. It's
Let
really
him,
good.
let him finish his thought.
Yeah. So like this guy
I
had,
have so many
had another
thoughts.
acting gig scheduled, and he told Tommy about it when they start filming. He's like, I need to be done by this date because I have another gig. Tommy's like, oh yes, no problem. And so like the shoot went over schedule, and the guy had to leave, and so they replaced him with a whole new actor as a whole new character during the party scene.
That guy looks nothing like Peter, too.
You don't see Peter ever again after he like falls down during the
That was supposed to be
game.
the same guy.
That
Yes.
was supposed to be the
Oh
same guy
my
at the
God.
end.
Allegedly, yeah.
The dude who was
Yeah.
like giving him a pep talk or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Like, Lisa, what are you doing? You can't
The
do
other
this.
random friend.
The other random friend. That was
Yes.
supposed to be the dude with the glasses. He was like a
Yes.
therapist.
Yes.
That's what-
Oh my God.
That's what the book says.
And they lost the actor, so they're just like, oh, I just put in new actor, new character, it's fine. And
It's so crazy.
the best line in this movie is when Tommy has locked himself in the bathroom after the party, and and Lisa comes up to talk to him, and he's like,
In a few minutes, bitch.
and apparently when he
You know
recorded
what?
when he recorded that line, the entire crew started cracking up, and he's like, what is so funny? I don't understand.
Yeah, it was the most believable dialogue in the entire movie. It
Just
really
his
was.
delivery of it.
It was fantastic. As bad. Look. Say what you will about the script. Say what you will about the cinematography. Say what you will about Tommy Wiseau. Everyone sucks in this movie.
Yeah.
Everyone sucks. They all have horrible delivery. They're all like dumb robots reading choppy lines. It's insane.
The second best line is when the mother says,
I got the results of the test back. I definitely have breast cancer.
And when they were filming that,
And you go,
the actress was like, "Does this come back ever?" And they were like, "What do you mean? It's twist."
I don't get it, dude. I'm not in on the joke.
I don't get it either. It makes me so upset. And,
Yeah.
I am a legitimate fan of terrible cinema. I will watch bad movies all day long.
you love Samurai Cop.
Well, that's actually a good movie. So.
Blue Moon Cinema.
Dude, that thing is very enjoyable.
I agree.
This is not redeeming in any way.
Yeah.
It's mostly nudity, and it's not redeeming.
Yeah.
It sucks.
It's bad on all accounts.
It's bad. I am a firm believer that I could make a better movie than this with $300 starting now and finishing next week.
So who's a better filmmaker, Tommy Wiseau or Neil Breen?
Who's Neil Breen?
Are you serious? The guy who lives here in Vegas who makes all the terrible movies?
Up in the mountains.
Really narrowed that one down. Oh, you don't know Neil Breen. Let me. You don't.
Sorry.
And you say you're a fan of bad cinema.
Pretty sure his
Yeah.
name is Neil Breen, by the way.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I don't
Look,
know.
look. This is
Is this the worst movie ever made?
This is the worst
Ever.
movie ever made, and maybe that does give it some majesty.
No, Easter
right?
Bunny Kill is the worst movie ever made.
Please stop bringing it up.
For different reasons.
I'm not familiar with that film. All I know is this is resoundingly the worst movie ever made. Right?
Okay.
We pretty much anyone will agree.
They say it's the Citizen Kane of bad movies.
But which is true. It is absolutely true that it is so bad that you have to give it some credit. That it is unredeeming in every single way. In every single way. Nothing saves this movie other than the fact that it is the worst movie ever made.
What do you think the message was behind this? Where like, oh, I love her so much and I can't have her, so I'm going to end my own life.
I don't know, man. I saw
Like-
Romeo and Juliet. I'm getting a lot of Shakespeare vibes out of this film.
Is that what he was trying to do?
I don't know what he's doing.
So,
Kadish, why don't you tell us what he was trying to do?
so the theory is that
He
this
knows.
is semi-autobiographical in terms of like having a woman betray him, but he also wanted to put in a lot of like James Dean and Marlon Brando type stuff to like give him acting chop moments.
That's my Brando moment.
Yeah.
Marlon Brando, I can see that dude. I know he's super famous for being like super Hollywood royalty, but like he read most of his lines off of key cards.
Dude, you need to watch young Brando movies, okay? Because like Brando was like one of like the greatest actors to ever live.
Yeah, but like
young Brando was the
everything that he's
shit.
super famous for is his older shit.
That's not true.
All I really know Brando from was Apocalypse Now.
See?
and he is awesome in that.
Apocalypse Now, Godfather, even
I've never seen Godfather.
you never seen Godfather?
Never seen Godfather.
He read his lines off a cue card.
I could have been a contender.
I mean,
I
at
could have
that
been
point,
somebody.
that's old fat Brando.
Okay,
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Let's not forget that we're talking about the stupidest movie ever made.
Yeah, sorry.
Let's not talk about Brando.
Sorry.
But
Fair
that whole scene where Tommy Wiseau goes,
You're tearing me apart, Lisa!
that was from James Dean, Rebel Without a Cause,
Oh,
where he's
okay.
like,
You're tearing me apart!
so
Oh,
Tommy,
yeah,
Tommy
you're right.
Wiseau wanted to, kind of like invoke these greater actors with like,
Sorry.
channel them for his performance.
I'm trying to figure out what he's humping in this scene.
So,
Ribcage.
so is he,
Poor
by the way.
ribcage.
So is he, by the way. He's just poking around in the dark.
Oh God! All right, let's do final thoughts. Please end this. Tom,
What?
Is this a one-star crap fest?
is it even a 1-star movie? What would you give this?
Okay, like I said.
If you saw that you watched this for the first time on Amazon and you were like, give it a rating.
Well, I'll tell you. Okay, the first time I saw it was on Adult Swim.
Okay.
If you guys remember Adult Swim,
Is
it's
that Tim and Eric?
well, it was like I think it was before Tim and Eric, but it was around like Aqua Teen Hunger Force time and all that. And every once in a while, they would just put something so weird on there.
Yeah.
It was remember we were making you watch those. When we were in Denver.
I do remember that.
There's
Yeah.
just all these really weird things they made and put them on in the middle of the night, and they're terrifying and strange. And this is how I saw this movie. I didn't finish it. I never finished it. I only it's just so bad. But I guess that's what's so special about it, right? It is actually a movie. It was actually made. It actually cost $6 million. There's scripts and editors, and there's a craft service table.
God, I could retire. on
There's a
$6 million.
goddamn green screen. You know, there's special effects in this movie. Okay, that being said, it is the worst movie I have ever seen, and I've seen a lot of bad. And it's only bad because they don't think it's bad. And that's what makes it so much worse. Samurai Cop was bad. They knew they were making a shit movie.
Yeah.
They just went along with it. This is like they're trying to act, and they're all bad. Everything's bad. 5 stars.
Shut the fuck up. You're tearing me apart, Tom. You betrayed me.
I'm fed up with this world.
Because it is the worst movie ever made. You couldn't try to make a movie this bad. You can't. It would come off as funny. You cannot.
Our
try.
Viking Cop movie is going to be bad, but it's going to be better than
No,
this.
but it'll be bad. But you can't make this bad.
Yeah.
You can't do this.
Wait till you guys see Church Ninja.
Church Ninja.
Jesus. Look, it's not really 5
We're
stars.
right here right now.
Oh shit! All right, Jude.
This movie's bad.
Okay. Throw up noise.
Okay.
Copy. Jude.
This is so hard.
Don't betray me.
Because I have no loyalty to you. It's so hard because Tom is absolutely right. It is the worst movie ever made. However, like the first time I saw it, I was so blown away by the absurdity of it that I was like, this is somehow fantastic. Not good,
Oh, here we go.
but there's just something so bizarre about every aspect of this
Well, that is
that you
yeah.
can't look away. I'm not going to give it a good rating because it doesn't deserve that. I think it's successful in becoming a cult classic in spite of itself. It happened to get lucky somehow, and now everyone's seen it. It's still terrible. I don't know what to rate it. So I'm gonna do something I think I've never done before, and give it 0 blowjob faces out of 1,000,000.
0 out of 1,000,000. Perfect. Yeah. Okay.
That being said, I could watch it again.
You're drunk.
You can't just watch it again.
There's no way. I've taken pride in never seeing this movie before. I knew how
This is
famous.
the first watch?
It's the first watch.
Oh,
I
God.
knew how famous this
boy.
movie was. I knew everybody had seen it. I knew James Franco made a freaking weird spoof, like documentary spin-off thing. I knew all this. And I was like, you know what, world? Fuck you. No.
That's
I'm
right.
not
That's right.
watching
You're
this
That's the
fed
right
up with this
answer.
world?
That's the right answer.
Yeah.
That's the right
and
answer.
then when I was scrolling through our schedule for the podcast and I saw The Room, and I was like, oh shit. I'm like, I didn't use my veto power.
You were like, how did that sneak past
I did.
me?
It did. It snuck past me, and I was like, how did I miss this? I would have vetoed that. It's a 0-star movie. There's nothing redeeming about it unless you're looking at it completely 100% ironically.
As
and-
being the worst thing
As
ever
being the
made.
worst thing. I can't,
Yeah.
I can't do that though, because I watched this movie. I almost didn't finish it. I was like halfway through. I was an hour into this movie.
It's
and I was like,
crazy.
I'm like, can I please stop?
It's crazy.
And this guy was like, suck it up, bitch. And I was like,
I was like, if you made me watch The Happening, you're gonna watch The Room.
it's 0 stars, 0 out of a million. It's not good. Don't watch it. Don't ever watch it again.
You don't need to watch this.
No.
Yeah.
I don't want to ever see it again. Kadish.
All right, so looking at this movie objectively,
You got a look in your eye. I don't know where you're going with this.
I don't like that look, Maverick.
looking at this movie objectively, it's like a half star at best, right? Like it's
Half star for boobs.
yeah, half star for boobs. It's terribly done. But looking at it from a subjective entertainment value viewpoint, this
here
is
we go.
out of the realm of bad movies. This thing is 5 stars. This is a
It's a fact.
5-star
It's a total
bad
yes.
movie.
Yes, that is a fact.
Movie, because I remember the first time Jude and I watched this movie, we were cracking up the entire time, and so like there is entertainment value associated with this movie, and the thing that I think makes it work is like it was a genuine attempt at a what do you call it, like a passion project type thing, and it just failed on every level. So anyway, yeah, 5 stars out of bad movies, half a star for objective viewpoints.
Okay. All right, that's it for today's podcast. Thank you guys so much for joining us. What did you think of these movies? Heather's, Blair Witch Project, and The Room? Let us know in the comments below. Tom, I know you got to get out of here, so where can people find you on the socials?
If you're dying to see me on the socials, I got an Instagram, Big T2681. I'm not too active on there, but if you add me, I'll add you back and we can say hi to each other.
All right, 10-4. Jude, where can they find you at?
You can find me at I am Jude Juju on Instagram and on TikTok.
Matthew Kadish.
You can find me at Matthew Kadish, Kadish on Twitter. KadishBooks.com takes you to our Amazon page. And be sure to sign up for our newsletter by going to saltynerd.com/list. We send out a newsletter every Monday giving you updates on our new releases and what we got going on in the future.
All right, everybody. That's it for the podcast. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to support us. Go to saltynerdclub.com. Join our Patreon. There you can get exclusive content available only for our Patreon members. And everything is ad-free over there. So we do appreciate the support. We know times are tough. The algorithm is not friendly to content like ours. So we need all the help we can get. And that comes from you guys. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. Stay salty, my friends.